Hello, welcome to the J-Chip Show. My name is J-Chip and today I have another review for you here today. All Shuichi ever dreamed about was following in the footsteps of his pop idol, Ryuichi Sakuma, and his band Niddle Grasper. Together with his best friend Hiro, Shuichi formed a band called Bad Luck, and they even managed to get signed to a major record label. Unfortunately, the studio's deadlines are looming, and Shuichi still hasn't finished the lyrics to any of the songs. What he needs is a little inspiration, but he's been running a little low on that. While Hiro recommends finding a girlfriend, fate has other things in store for him. Walking through the park late one night, Shuichi's latest lyrics flutter away and land at the feet of a stunning stranger that takes his breath away. Unfortunately, that mysterious stranger happens to be the famous novelist Yuki, who completely crushes the young singer by telling him he has zero talent. Now Shuichi's so annoyed that he managed to finish the song just so that he can find and confront Yuki once again. But are his actions really motivated by anger, or has he actually fallen in love? Spoiler alert, Shuichi loves Harry a lot. Shuichi has an innocent and energetic personality that is indicative of the ook stereotype. This is amplified in the anime, where he frequently goes into super deformed cat mode, which oftentimes ruins the serious moments of the show. But despite this, he does grow at least a little bit, and he does show a little bit of character development towards the end of the show. But during the beginning, he's really childish and just really annoying. Yuki is a very young writer and is an idol of many women for his charisma, typical for a popular person. But despite his award-winning talent for writing love novels, he's a very emotional and kind of deep character. If I had to pick a favorite character in Gravitation, it'd probably be Yuki, mainly because he was the only one that was interesting in the cast, and I liked his little arc that he went on during the second half of the show, and I think they concluded the arc pretty well. Now, the main character is a pop artist, and honestly, his music is pretty fucking cool. It's very reminiscent of old 80s music back in the day, and I happen to like old 80s music, and honestly, it was probably the best part of the show was basically the music. I enjoyed the opening, I enjoyed the ending credit songs, I pretty much enjoyed everything about the soundtrack. Can't really say anything bad about it, and yes, I would buy the soundtrack. However, the same cannot be said about this show's English dub, because holy fuck is it terrible. Honestly, one of the worst dubs I've heard in probably a really long time. I prefer the 4Kids dub of One Piece more than this. And I don't know why, but Yuki kind of sounds like Plankton, but really extremely monotone. There are English dub clips out there on YouTube if you want to go check it out, but I wouldn't recommend watching this entire 12-episode long show of the dub. It's terrible. It goes straight to the sub. As a matter of fact, if you buy the DVD, it will automatically play on the subs first, and you have to manually switch to the dub. So at least Right Stuff knew what they were doing. Another thing that was kind of lame was this show's animation. It really isn't that great. The promotional art and the openings are pretty good for the most part, but the show's animation is not that great. It's made by Studio Dean, and Dean doesn't have the best shows out there. They had the famous Dean quality, as they say, but at least they've gotten better over the last few years. Gravitation is by no means a really bad show. It's honestly not bad at all. It's pretty relatable in the terms of everyone has fallen in love with someone they idolize, whether it be a professional wrestler, actor, singer, whatever. But I feel like the story doesn't get good until around episode 5. And even then, I'm not really a big fan of Shuichi's antics and his wacky personality. Tone shifts are important. Miasma Senpai made a video about it and explained why they are important. And Shuichi has terrible tone shifts. But if you can get past that, the show does tell a really good story, and it does have a pretty good ending. As the time of this recording, there is no legal way you can watch this other than going out and finding the DVDs. I've seen on eBay and on Amazon that the box set is pretty pricey. However, you can find the individual volumes for pretty cheap. Some range from around $2 to around $15, so that's not too bad. And there's only 4 volumes out there, so it shouldn't be too hard. But if I were to recommend this show, I'd say try to get the DVDs. If you're not up to that, then you may have to skip this. However, if you are looking for something similar, I do have a couple of recommendations that may work better for you. Yuri on Ice and Gravitation are very similar, but in my personal opinion, I like Yuri on Ice more, mainly because Yuri and Victor were more likable. I also recommend Chance Pop Session. It's not a romance between any of these girls, but the pop music is pretty cool. If you've seen Gravitation, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you really like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you really like this and want to see more. Also, make sure you hit that bell notification because the YouTube algorithm is kind of shit. So yeah, that would be very helpful. Thank you to my patrons, Shaqs459, Stuff We Play, Warpbait, and Nia-chan. You guys truly do rock.